The first step to getting your CytoFLEX SRT set up is to turn on the instrument from the software using the cytometer menu. Once it's turned on, we'll return to the cytometer menu and then we'll run the system startup program. This is when we'll insert the nozzle and the instrument will run through an automated startup procedure. It will perform several steps over about 10 minutes, pressurizing the sheath tank, checking its fluidic system, debubbling the fluidic system, making sure the sheath pressure is stable, and then cleaning the sample probe. And now I'd like to take you on a tour of the CytoFLEX SRT cell sorter. Let's start over on the left-hand side of the instrument. And over here you have a few connections. We have our connection for power, and we have above that the main on-off power switch for this sorter. Above that we have a connection for network communication that sends data communication between the workstation and the SRT. And we have a USB connection that controls cameras that are located within the instrument. We also have down here a couple of optional fluidic lines. This is for temperature control of either sample or collection or both together if they are both connected. Let's go over to the right-hand side of the instrument. We have the majority of our fluidic connections. These are color-coded. In orange, we have the waste connection that goes to the waste container on the Fluidics cart. In white is the air connection. Next to that is the connection to the debubble filter on the Fluidics cart. We have the sheath connection in blue. In green is the connection to the shutdown fluid container on the Fluidics cart. And then we have a sensor plug that connects up and lets us know when sheath is running low, when waste is becoming full, or when the shutdown fluid is running low. And below that we have an optional connection that connects up to aerosol evacuation systems, either as part of your biosafety cabinet or an external solution. We move toward the front of the instrument. Here is our sample entry, protected by a door. This is so that when the sample chamber lowers, we don't get our fingers pinched. The system runs off of 5 mil 12 by 75 standard size test tubes. If I open the sort chamber door, we can then see the inside of the sort chamber. This is the cyclone arm. This either holds our tubes, plates, or a slide. So if we are running tubes, again, we can do 4-way sorting with 12 by 75 5 mil tubes. If these adapters are removed, the outer two streams, we can use 15 mil conicals. Also, when that adapter is removed, that is when we can load in our plates. SLAS standard sizes all fit. We can sort up to 384 well plates. And you can see those snap into place. If I remove that, you'll also see an indentation in here where we can load our glass slides. That's for when we're either testing drop delay manually or you wish to deposit cells on a slide format. Now, if we want to start to look at some of the interrogation and data collection systems, we can open the hood here. So once your sample is pressurized, it's going to come up through the sample line here. We have a pinch valve that controls whether sample is flowing or not. We have a bubble detector here that helps us prevent bubbles from going down the sample line and entering the flow cell, resulting in instability. And then underneath this connection is going to be the actual flow cell itself, where we are both interrogating with lasers and picking up that emitted light. Our lasers all live underneath this cowling. And then collection is done through a series of fiber optic cables that then come back and enter into our 3 WDM wavelength division multiplexer units. 4 lasers on board a fully configured instrument, but only 3 WDMs because one of them is shared between the blue and the red lasers, and then an independent one for both the yellow and the violet. If I remove one of the caps, you can see in the mirror here, you can get an idea of which filters are in place. And these are the same as the filters for CytoFLEX analyzers. So I can pull one of these straight out, and you can see they're quite small in size. They're labeled with what the center of the bandpass is for that filter. If you have spares, you can store them in this little unit we've put under the hood. And then to replace them, just line them up with their spot and push them down until they click into place. So, once light has gone past a filter and has hit our avalanche photodiode detector, and we see dots on a plot in our CytoFLEX SRT software, now we actually want to sort some of those events. If I open this door, I now have some of the sort components exposed. This is our tip holder, or our tip module. If I squeeze these two, you can hear it click and come out, and it just pulls straight out of the instrument. It's labeled with which end goes up, and you can see the O-ring in place there. When I'm ready to reinsert it, I just lay it flat on that surface and push straight back until it clicks back into place. So that's what's actually generating our droplets that allow us to sort. This is our side stream detection module. That's what allows us to both position our side streams during sort configuration, as well as monitor those streams live while we sort. It also provides a light source for the camera that monitors our droplet formation. Also exposed at this point are our charge plates. Those create the electrical field that allow us to pull charged droplets in one direction or another to either land in the plates or in the tubes. These are removable and cleanable. There we go. Pull straight out so that you can clean these, keep them nice and dry. You can't insert them in the wrong direction. And they just push straight back and click into place. This is the sort rescue tray. When we're setting up for a sort or not actively sorting, it's in this extended configuration. And so any droplets or stream that's coming through here is pulled away through this tube to the waste. When we're actively sorting, that tube pulls back, that pulls back to allow for streams to access the tubes or the plate, and the waste goes down this more narrow front section. This is movable as well. You can see from this indication, this is used for deflected sorting or when we're charging a side stream. But if we're sorting into, say, a 384 well plate and we'd like to use uncharged droplets to sort straight down into that, we move that tray to the left, and that's what allows us to then charge the waste stream and have droplets traveling straight down into the plate. So let's get ready to close everything up and start sorting. Before we do that, let's just touch our tip module, make sure that that is snugly in place. Same with our charge. And finally our side stream monitor module. Click that into place, make sure it's snug. Close off this protective door. There is a safety interlock on this, as it is an electrical hazard. The sorter will not sort with this open. Once the startup procedure is complete, you can move immediately into quality control.